welcome to the channel. In today's video, I just thought I would do a sit and chat with you and just talk to you about what's been going on the channel, some future projects that have been coming up, and also a recent trip to Partisan and a care package from good friends of ours, Sean Bryant of Metal Mercenaries. I'll leave a link to Sean's YouTube channel in the description below. Go and check his channel out. It's a great channel, brilliant miniatures that he paints up, and that is very inspirational, Sean. And as an all-round great guy. So yeah, go and check his channel out. But I want to start off the video by saying, on behalf of Mel, Jamie and myself, a huge thank you to you guys, our subscribers of our channel and viewers of our videos and that. We are truly humbled that you've taken us now over the 2,000 subscriber mark. I would have done this video last week, but knowing how YouTube is, as you guys know, sometimes your subscriber count can go up and down a little bit. So I just waited for it to settle down and then make the video, which was lucky because yesterday I received this care package from Sean. So at the time of making this video, so it was really good. So it comes in quite well. But like I said, we are truly humbled in that you found something in our, I mean, we are only a microcosm in this hobby world, in a corner of YouTube somewhere. And we're glad that you guys have found us and you've seen something you've liked, you've enjoyed, and you've enjoyed following what we're doing and the content and that we're making. We're quite lucky here at Battle Bunker HQ that all three of us in the family wargame. We've all got our own personal interests that we have. So for me, it's historical wargaming, Mel is fantasy, and Jamie is sci-fi. But that doesn't stop us or any of us playing each other's genres, which, as you've seen throughout our videos and that, we post various sort of videos about each other's projects, really, about what's going on and what we're like about and why we done them and so forth. And that's what we like about this hobby, and that is the fact that each of us can share in each other's hobby and enjoy that with them. So moving on then, so recently we went to Partisan Wargame Show, and I have to say I'm always blown away when I leave Partisan, because the level of games there, from the participation to the demo games, are always a spectacle. They're always great fun to see. Everyone seems to be laughing and joking. It's always such a light-hearted show. I like the show also for the fact that the venue, I like the venue, the sort of the airiness of the venue and that, and how well lit it is. It's one of my criticisms actually with Salute, it's too dark. I come away from Salute with a headache. I actually feel like if it's a bit like a cattle market. And if you've been to a cattle market, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, Salute's great for if you want massive traders. It is a trade show in all sense. So yeah, that's really good for that. But if you want to get inspired in this hobby, then, and you haven't been to Partisan, please do go, because again, everyone is so welcoming and friendly out there. It's really good. And that sort of leads me on to the next part of this video. It was great actually meeting so many of you up there, chatting with you, seeing some pictures and that. There's some hobby work that you've not shown yet on YouTube or on Facebook yet, and talking about your interests and that you're getting up to. It was really good fun. And I actually come away sort of thinking, I said to Mel on the drive back, I said, yeah, that was quite good. I said, I quite fancy doing it. Why is it other people's projects always seem better than what we're doing myself? Like I keep saying that, but it is actually true. You do think that, but I bet you guys think the same about other people as well. So yeah, it's really good fun. But purchases, what did we purchase? Well, what I'll do is I'll put the camera around and I'll get it down to the bench and we'll show you, because that's probably the easiest way to do it. Many of our viewers will know that rapid fire rules is a passion of mine. I've played ever since it was first released in the early 90s, collected quite a lot of the Wargames Illustrated articles that had scenarios in, written by the authors, played second edition, got most of the books, got all the books from the first edition, and more recently the rapid fire reloaded rules along with their little campaign books. Really enjoying it, and it's great to go back to it as well, because I've had a little bit of a hiatus from it, I will say that, but I've been going back into it and playing the Reloaded, and again it's a great set of rules that allows you to play, if you wanted, some very large battles in a reasonable amount of time. But it also allows you more recently with these campaign books, play your games on a 6x4 table. I think the authors recognise in that Wargames clubs, people go to Wargames stores and friendly gaming stores, clubs, etc. And they're sort of maybe limited to only being able to play on a 6x4 table. So they recognise that, and they've recreated these battle groups that you can play within these campaign books using the rapid fire reloaded rules. So very, very good, quite inspirational really, because I like be able to get my collection out and play these sort of scenarios and set them up in a reasonable amount of time. The game rules are aimed at sort of 20mm, was that's what the authors play at, but that I've seen games being played in 28mm. I've also seen games being played in 15mm. I think Little Legion, Stig Kelly, he plays in 15mm, and I've also seen games with 10mm and 6mm as well. So it is pretty much scale agnostic in the sense that as long as you alter the movement scale and ranges, etc., to suit whatever particular scale you're playing in, the game still plays well. So yeah, so if you haven't checked out the rapid fire reloaded rules, go across to their website and check it out and have a look at those. So this particular book, there's one on Crete, there's one on the Canadians in Normandy, and then more recently this one has come out. And while I was at Partisan, I was over talking to Colin Rumford and Ken Hanning, Ken Hanning's Big War Games channel. Great guy, really fun. Nice to sort of see him out and about. And again, I know he's been poorly, and I hope he's keeping well as well. So good shout out to Ken there. But I was talking to Colin about for my 40th, a little while back, quite some time back. I managed to stay in his place in the Arrow Marshes. And it was a week before at that point, the D-Day commemorations. And again, his place is like a stone's throw away from the beach. It was great fun, sort of reminiscing with him about staying out there and the time I had, and great time I had out there touring all the beaches, etc. But I picked up this book for the Sherwood Rangers Yeomanries. Now there's 4 scenarios in there. If you don't know much about the Sherwood Rangers, I strongly advise you pick up the book on the Brothers in Arms by James Holland. It is a fantastic book. There are other books out there as well that deal with the Sherwood Rangers, but me personally, I found the James Holland book very, very interesting. And I've got to be honest, if you can get hold of the audio book, even better, because it's read by Al Murray. Now, you know Al Murray is very much into his World War II, not just a pub landlord, he's very much into that. So again, the audio book is good, I've got both. So, and again, it's nice to sort of have one in the car or what I'm doing, wherever I'm doing with me, out and about. I can have that on in my earphones and listen to it, or I can get back and just pick up the book. So very worth doing. So the book itself, I'm going to show you all of it because that would be giving too much away, but I'm just going to tease some of it for you. There's 4 scenarios in there, sort of like depicting some of the major actions that the Sherwood Rangers fought through. So there's 3 along with the British, and the final one is one where they link up with the Americans. Now I know Jamie's very keen on getting some American miniatures painted up, and whilst we were at Partisan, he bought a load of Americans, so to be able to do the 4th scenario in here, which they'll also come in handy for something else as well that I know is in the pipeline. So just basically it's 4 scenarios, introduction, and let's say there's one of the scenarios. There's again rules in there for scenario rules and so forth. And that's just to depicting what it's like throughout the book. So you have a map, you've got your orders of battle, etc. Very simple to go through. And all 4 scenarios are very much like that going through the book. Every of these campaign books are exactly the same. 4 scenarios, background information, orders of battle, the map to play on, all on a 6x4 table. So very well worth checking out. And I can't wait to get some miniatures going for this. Which leads me on to another thing. So another one of the purchases I made whilst at the show was the trusty old, let's get the war bases and get a load of bases. I'll just take a few of these out just so I can get an idea of what I've got. Right, 2 lots of them. Let's put them at one side. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have a load of 20mm miniatures that I've been painting up ever since the 90s. So, and I just thought, why don't I get them all out and go through a mammoth rebasing? I don't know about you guys, I like some of the way my old stuff's painted up. I'm not going to touch the figures because I think that is very much how I painted them back then, if you know what I mean. And I know our painting styles change and everything else changes over time. But what I do like is consistency in basing. And I think that helps tie the miniatures together, especially on the tabletop. So I've decided that some of my miniatures I'm going to rebase and sell. Now I know Jamie's got these Americans, I'm going to sell the Americans I've got, probably, that's something I'm thinking about. But the rest of my British and Germans I will rebase. So these will be the infantry bases, it's 30 by 20. That's the mortar bases and machine gun bases, 40 by 40 and 40 by 30. So these will be on the command bases, so like the CO and his adjutants, etc., and anything else that needs that size of base. So I think it's like the carrier for the British. It'd be the carrier group. They're on 3 figures on a base, so that would be those. So 2 figures on those, support team, weapons teams on those, and etc. The command, etc. for those. So that's those. So I got a load of that, so I should do that up and get them done. But more recently, I was watching Jack Sarge's YouTube channel, and John, I love his painting style. I love his sort of musings and that he goes on about, and he talks about whilst he's showing you the miniatures and why he does it and things like that. And I also like his sort of side shots of what he does in. He'll just bring other thoughts on that in. And one particular recent one he done was a painting book for miniatures. He was looking at various different things for horses. Now he knows that I don't like, or we don't like, painting horses at all. And as we're painting up a lot of Union cavalry at the moment, painting horses is just like, oh, I do the infantry, I do the dismounts, etc., and I do all of that, but I then come onto the horses like, oh no, don't want to do that. But he brought up this book here, and again, if you haven't seen it, it's by Pen and Sword, or published through Pen and Sword, shall I say, and Painting Wargames Figures by Javier Gomez, yeah, and it's really, really good book. And again, it goes through, if you don't know anything about painting or anything like that, or what glues to use and things, yes, it does do all of that. It's a good chapter at the beginning that basically talks about different glues, brushes to use, etc. But then he goes on to painting techniques and styles. Now, I know today there's lots of things about washes and things like that. It makes things like a lot easier. And I do like that, don't get me wrong. But I also like the old traditional style of painting where it's just the paint does the work. And it doesn't have to do it in fancy ways. It's all about painting the right line in the right way. And sometimes when you're looking at a model 3 foot away, as you can sort of see here, that is just lines. But on the table, that'll look awesome on the table. So yeah, I quite like that. And it goes through all that and it gives like a painting recipe there. And he tells you about your paints, mixing paints, different things, how to make your own washes and that in there. So again, really, really good. But there was one particular, I'll do your Union, Confederate Grey, sorry. All sorts of different things in there, all with painting recipes to go through and follow through what coats. Most of it is Vallejo paints he uses, which is very handy, doing faces, naked people, flesh, and sort of thing. So again, it's a really good thing. But it was this particular chapter that caught my eye that John was going through. And he was basically just talking about doing painting horses and various different styles, dappled horses, grey horses, black horses, sort of equestrian horses. And I've decided that I wanted to paint some up very similar to this, so sort of following this painting guide. And I'll show you some miniatures in a minute. But yeah, going through there, as I say, I just wanted to paint them up for the Union to just see how I could get them to look very much like this on the table. Sort of a traditional painting style, I suppose. And I think that's probably the right words for it. But again, there's everything in there. How to do shields, how to make flags, camos, various different camos, and how you use your modelling putties for your basing and things like that. So again, it is a very, I suppose, versatile book. I think is probably the right thing to say. Yeah, versatile book. Painting smaller scales, 15 mils, 10 mils, 6 mils, etc. So if you haven't seen it, guys, get on and have a look at this one. It's well worth it. Well, just to have in your collection really, and just sort of put on the shelf. Yeah. So this is painting up using that book. This is it's got one highlight on the horse left to do, so it's a lighter highlight to do. And yeah, I think the style of it is really, really nice. So that's one of them. That's the other. So I quite like how they're coming out, and just following his techniques is really, really good. So up next then we have a care package. Now this care package was kindly sent to me by Sean Bryant of Metal Mercenaries, as I said at the outset of the video. Sean and I were having a great chat up in Partisan, and that was really good to, I mean, we've chatted on and off, you know, over the course of Messenger, etc., and Facebook. But it was really good to actually meet up with him. And we were talking about painting miniatures, we were talking about different scales, and we were talking about 40mm and his inspiration for his Napoleonics, etc. And he said, I watched one of your videos on doing AWI. I said, yeah, I said, it's a slow burn project. It's one of those, I'll probably have it done by the time I've retired. But yeah, and he said, well, I'll bear that in mind, he said. I'll bear that in mind, he said. And but yeah, anyway, it was a good laugh. We come away from there, and he messaged me in the evening. He said, hey Lee, he said, I've got some 40mm AWIs here. Send me your address, and I'll get some out to you. Anyway, to be honest with you, I completely forgot all about it because of a few things have been going on this last few weeks. And lo and behold, yesterday this package arrived, and I've taken the lid off, obviously with addresses and everything on it. But I've had a quick, brief look at it, and I was absolutely blown away, Sean. And a huge thank you, mate. I said, you know, so for you guys, let's just take a look and see what's in there. So, lots of lead, lots and lots of lead. So what have we got in there? So let's take all the packets out individually and take a look. Okay, oh, there's a lot. Right, let's put that out of the way. So there's 4 packets in there, 4 bags in there. I'm not going to get them all out, but we'll just go through some of them. So he did say to me there's 2 manufacturers in there, there's Sash & Sabre and Front Rank. Obviously Sash & Sabre is an American company. I think you can get them through Old Glory UK here in the UK through Old Glory. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. So yeah, 40mm miniatures. These are all pretty good. I've got some heads down there by the looks of it. Yeah, so these will be really, really nice. Quite nice sculpts. Marching. Really nice. With their shorter cut down coaties and that. That is really, really nice. Quite like those. Yeah. Oh, got a drummer there. What's that one then? Drummer there. It's quite nice. Yeah, they're really, really cool, aren't they? Something a little bit different. As I said, I think I counted out yesterday, there was, what, 24 miniatures in this pack? Yeah, 24 I think there was. Oh, there's the officer or something, or a banner bearer. Yeah, he's nice. Yeah, 24 miniatures in this pack. So again, that's a nice unit to add into what I'm doing. I've got a set of rules here that I'm going to use. But I may end up writing my own, to be honest. But yeah, at the moment I've got a set of rules that I'm gonna use here. Here's some, like a bag of heads by the looks of it. Yeah, they're going to be quite nice to paint, I think. The light infantry. Yeah. There's definitely nice stuff on there. Oh, what's that? Is that a Continental Dragoon? Well, it's a Continental Dragoon. Is it the banner bearer anyway, or a Dragoon anyway? Yeah, let's have a look. I have to sort of check the code numbers along with Sash and Sabre and see what they are. Go through them. And in there we've got 2 bags by the looks of it. They're the same miniatures, I've just bagged them differently. Bagged them up. So we got, let's have a look at this one. These are Front Rank. Really nice minis. Again, separate heads, you glue the heads in. Really nice minis. Do like these. And these go really well with what I've already got as well, along with the Slash and Sabre stuff. This is really, really nice. It's got a fusel. Okay. Leather drum it. Again, undercoated white. I haven't used white undercoat for a long time, so yeah, I might give that a go actually. There's an officer with his fusel. Really nice. Great sculpts. There's alignment. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, I think, again, I worked out there was, again, around 24, 28 miniatures in here. Over the 2 bags, that is. Sorry for the rustling. There's an officer. He's very pompous with his chest out. Really cool. So there we have it then, guys. That is a lovely care package from Sean. And as I said, thanks very much, Sean. I really do appreciate that, mate. And as I said, this is going to be a part of a slow burn project, as I said to you at the show. And I'm going to look forward to it. It's going to look really great on the table. Can't wait. I'm quite excited about it actually now. So that's the care package from Sean. So huge thank you, Sean. Well, thanks for watching this video and being with us for this length this time of this video, and that we hope you've enjoyed it whilst you've been doing your hobby work yourself and doing your painting and building, or whatever it is you're doing. It's been great sort of just sit here and chat and talking to you and that, and say we're just still blown away and humbled by the 2,000 plus subscribers. So we'll keep plugging away doing the things we're doing. We hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing as well. We're certainly enjoying your projects, as I mentioned previously. So keep them coming, guys. So without further ado, and that, we hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe. And until next time, guys, happy wargaming.